this content is for kids.
It's not for kids.
Isn't that what I said?
No, it's not for kids. If you are 13 years or younger, this is not for you. Do I have to kill somebody in order to actually make that point across?
No, man, you don't have to kill
Wait
no
a
one.
second.
Oh, no.
When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. SeptumSin versus the world. I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching SeptumSin versus the world. I'm SeptumSin. This is Kotobuki Jake, and I'm here to show you what we got.
I am too.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
So we got some fun stuff. I'm going to start us off because Jake has something to end us on, but I have something to begin us on. So I'm just going to put us both up here, and I'm going to just show a picture in front. A friend of ours, Dave, I'd sent him some stuff for his birthday, so he decided he was going to send me basket case 1 through 3 for my birthday, and then he just couldn't get the money to send it out, so he just kept saying, "Oh, you don't have this? I'll throw this in there," and so eventually he came up with this. Now you see the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, so this is what I've got, and this is now the list of stuff that I have used that I have to review before I go in there. Out of that, I have one item that I can enter in the collection right away. So I'll probably be pulling from Dave's collection a lot as time goes on, as I watch them and can officially enter them. There's going to be only one of them to meet the rest of the pickups for this one. All right, so going to go to Jake for his first pickup.
Okay. So that counted as 1 for you, basically?
Yeah, because I'm going to go back through all of them individually later. But
Right. Okay, so speaking of Dave, next week, I believe, will be his anime selection.
Yep, Kurozuka.
And so I, too, picked up this lovely Mill Creek collection, which features Kurozuka, Viper's Creed, and Ultraviolet Code 044. I will have to start Kurozuka in the next day or so in order to get it done this week, but I kind of look forward to it. It'll be a whole different ball game probably from what we've been covering so far on our anime discussions, but it'll be good times.
Yeah, I've got it ready to actually share with the group so we can watch all of it together. I'm going to be watching it this week. Have you said you haven't dived into it yet?
I have not, and I'll say at the end of the discussion why I haven't gotten to it yet. But
Yeah, I'm getting ready to dive in. I've seen the other two already. I got to get on. I have all these 2020 films I'm keeping on prioritizing. So I had an SRS order that came in, and the main reason for that was the Schusterman Levine re-release, which I'm not going to show this time around, but I will show later. So I got a whole bunch of other things on sale for like $2 or less. And the first one is just one that looks pretty fun, called Alone in a Haunted House. This looks like something fun. Real people, real places, real terror. So, you know, in general, I like haunted house stuff. I'm sure it'll be okay. SRS always hits some of these low money films. So it'll be kind of cool to get back in there and then check it out.
cool. Sticking for a moment with the theme of
Pie?
stuff from or related, what?
Stuff related to pie.
Yes, very much so, actually. Speaking of pie, well, I was going to say stuff from or related to the people in our group. this is one that Brandon gave me a while back as part of a large group of things that I had mentioned that I was slowly going through. And I think this is actually one of the last ones in that group. And that is Batman, The Return of the Caped Crusaders,
Yes.
which was, I believe, one of the last appearances of Adam West, was it not?
The sequel one was the last that he did animated wise,
Right.
which was,
But-
gosh, what was that one?
This one actually brought back Adam West and Burt Ward
Yep.
in the roles that pretty much have made them famous.
Glorious.
Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing this. It looks fun.
It is so much fun. So this one next here is I'm really happy. These next two, I can't remember which is which. So I'm just going to take a guess. I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, it's switched up. But, case closed. They've I think it's Discotech has been re-releasing a lot of stuff for it, which gives me hope. Maybe they're going to get back into the series again.
Maybe.
Because I just realized today that the 150 episodes that have been released, they're out of print. People are asking for $90 a season for the darn thing now.
Oh, wow.
They used to be dirt cheap. I mean, my goodness. But I think this is movie 27, which one of these is the movie, one of these is a special, which is the Crimson Love Letter. This is a series that's almost to 2,000 episodes. So, you know, I'd love to see it come in. It's a fun series. It really is enjoyable. You can, once you've gotten the first couple episodes in, so long as you're not hitting one of those episodes that, and they're very few and far between episodes that further the main story. It's one that you could pick up at almost any episode, any movie, and do fine. Essentially, Detective Conan, 17-year-old guy who ends up being grabbed and then poisoned, and the poison turns him into basically a small kid instead of killing him. He, of course, he's stylized after Conan Doyle, writer Sherlock Holmes, and he solves a lot of murder mysteries. There are a lot of dead people because almost every episode revolves around someone dying. So that's a lot of dead people. That's a lot. That's a high body count in the series. So another cool thing. I like the movies I have. So it's kind of cool to be collecting for this again. Much like Lupin, I try to collect anything that's been released for it. And this is one of the releases. There are two, and there's one that's due out soon, which is one of the two pre-orders I still have sitting out right stuff.
Okay. Good times. So next up is one I've been sitting on for a long time now. I got this a while back. I think I got it off of eBay. And when it came in, I bought it new, but it came in loose in the case, which I know you hate that. I finally got around to opening it to make sure that the disc looked good. And it was one of those things where that is frayed across the top because of the sticker. Ticks me off too. But this is a documentary, a really good documentary that I've been wanting for a long time called Unacceptable Levels. And it's basically all about pollution and the issues that it poses for the environment. Really good documentary. Very much, I consider it essential viewing. And when I saw it, I was like, I must get this for the collection. It took me a minute, but I eventually did. And I look forward to seeing it again. Like I said, I'm real annoyed at that immediate damage. I hate when they do that, when you get the sticker across the top that
just feels
tears it. But
still,
unfortunate. But
a good documentary is always fun to add to the collection.
And this is it's also a rare movie. You don't see it in the wild, really. Like I said, I think I had to order it off of eBay. So that's,
My other one is I think it's a special. It's episode 1, Case Closed. It's a retelling of the first few episodes. That's kind of cool. I am.
Cool.
I'm curious to dig back into the world of Detective Conan again, so that's going to be fun.
Okay. So in our pickup video this week, we talked about a little bit, or I talked a little bit about the that if I can get Criterion at a really good price, in other words, typically if I can get the Blu-rays for cheaper than what I would get them for on the Criterion sale at Barnes & Noble, then I tend to like to jump on that because that's a good deal. And so I'll occasionally pick stuff up off of eBay. And this is one. It's a film by Howard Bruckner from 1983 that I want to say is it is a documentary. It's called Burroughs. And it's about William S. Burroughs. You can, a director. And there's a pretty good bit of special features on that thing. That's pretty cool looking. But this is a brand new copy that I was able to pick up. I can't remember at this point, but I want to say it was like $13 or $14, which is not a bad deal at all. And just a nice little piece for the collection that I'll hopefully get to sooner or later.
Well, interesting things, as we say, curiosities. This is a good definition of a curious film. Close Encounters of the Redneck Kind.
Yes, curious.
I don't know. I mean, it just looks like fun.
Close Encounters of the Inbred Redneck Kind.
Inbred Redneck Kind.
You gotta remember that part.
So, just like fun, It looks like it may be enjoyable. I like films like this that take it tongue in cheek, so I do look forward to seeing it. It's one of SRS's branded films, so it's gonna be cheesy goodness. That's all that matters.
Good times. So next up, we have another one of those Criterion ones. I actually have one I got used that I got for a really good price. Again, I don't remember exactly. I think it was probably 13, 14, something like that. But it says, but it's a John Waters film that's fairly well known that I have not actually seen. It's one of his early movies. It's called Multiple Maniacs. And it features a phrase on the cover that may apply to the one you just talked about. A celluloid atrocity.
That's going to be for the next two.
The 1970 film starring Divine, but it also had Mink Stoll, Edith Massey, George Figs, Mary Vivian Pierce, etc., etc. I have never seen this. I've heard mixed things about it. I've seen a lot of John Waters' work, mostly his 90s stuff. I saw Crybaby and Pecker and Cecil B. Demented and, a couple of the others. One thing I'll give the man is that he tries really hard to be for Baltimore what Woody Allen tried to be for New York City. He loves Baltimore. That's his hometown. So if we ever did a regional one and someone in the group was from Maryland, John Waters would be the guy to go to. I want to see this. One day I'll get to it, but I couldn't pass it up for the price,
One I actually own.
Yeah.
So one that I know you'll pass up for the price.
Yeah.
In one of my recent Right Stuff box I was talking about the other day. On the sale for $1 each, I got the first part of Corpse Prison.
Oh boy.
A Japanese bloodbath pick, which we always love those, right? I mean, doesn't that just scream hell no to you? Actually, because it's Japanese, it may get down to miss status for you. But I think
may be in there.
But I can imagine it would be close to hell no. But for me, this looks like fun. I think Mo would love this as well. Maybe that's what we should do. If he wants to do one of those things. So Mo, if you're watching, let's get together. corpse prison movies.
You do that. All right, it's back to me. Okay. And I swear I did not plan this, but as I was looking at my list here, I was looking at it and going, I like this. So again, you watch our pickup videos this week. There were 3 Criterion films. I mean, our new releases. That's what I mean. Other people's pickups.
That's it.
But for our pickups, 1, 2, 3. Zazie dans le métro, film by Louis Malle, which I've never seen this, but I've heard about it. It is a well-known film from 1960. This is actually going back in the day. And it co-stars Philippe Noiret and Catherine Demongeil. Probably butchered that. Whatever. Based on a popular novel by Raymond Queneau, and that had been considered unadaptable. Don't you love those unadaptable novels and the movies that come from them? But I'm very curious about this. Again, I know it by name, and I was very surprised. I can't remember the price. I've been sitting on this for months, but I feel like it was like 13 or 14, which even used, that's a good price for a Criterion Blu-ray. So happy to have it. And it came with a little scrap of bubble wrap that I was able to have fun with while you were talking. But anyway.
Well, I'm going to be brief about this one. It's a ritual of terror, an orgy of death. Prison Part 2. Remember, I noticed that I noted movies, so yeah. So that's what the rest is going to be. It's just going to be all corpse prison movies. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Okay. I just saw something here, and I had not even known about that. How did I not even know about that? Anyway, so my next handful will have one thing in common. They're at least partially Right Stuff pickups. This one I've been sitting on for a hot minute, and actually, to be honest and in fairness, I don't know if this was Right Stuff or Sentai, but I'm almost certain it was from Right Stuff. It's a made in Japan release. And that is the 2-part special, A Spirit of the Sun, which I've been meaning to get for the longest time. And I feel like I finally pulled the trigger because it came really far down in price. I think that was what done it. But it's one I needed to get. I'm very curious about it. Glad to have it. I've actually been sitting on it for a while now. But
it is a good disaster film. I really liked it. All right, so let's see here. Moving back to me. All right, this is from Dave. The only one that came new, out of the 2 that came new, the only one that came new and was not loose in its box. Oddly enough, though, there was only one loose in the box, which, but it's amazing the ones that are loose. You ever notice that the ones that come loose in the box when you get them in the mail are the ones that have the most security tape around them? Now this one here is The Dimension Travelers. Looks like some fun. It's like a nice little Japanese film here. Freakish events jolt Midori from the life of the ordinary schoolgirl. Mysterious soldiers appear to terrorize her, declaring her a dangerous mental patient. Her only family seems to agree. Her best friend claims to be perfectly sane, but from another dimension. Is Midori losing her mind? Or is she a dimension traveler with powers that could blow the universe apart? Kind of sounds like an anime, to tell you the truth. Yeah, for all I know, it could be a live-action adaptation. But I am curious, and I will have to watch this hopefully sooner than later. It'll probably be later than sooner because those used ones come first. And this one is one of the few that passes that test of, oh, you can wait. It could just go right in the collection.
Right. So, next up, this one, okay, so y'all have heard me say a few times, I know Rand's heard a few times, I've mentioned on the channel that I had a Right Stuff order from November 20 that they never shipped, even in part. And then they finally did a couple weeks ago. Finally. And it actually arrived quickly. It was probably the fastest shipping time I've had on a Right Stuff order since last spring. So, but it just took so long for them to even process the order because one item, apparently, they always ship or they always split orders that they need to. But for some reason on this order, they didn't want to split the order. So I had to wait this whole time for one item. And that one item was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Set 5.
Ooh, pretty.
Just part 2 of the Diamond is Unbreakable arc, which would be the first piece I had of this series, were it not for one that I picked up at Best Buy ages ago, and I've been sitting on ever since, waiting for a good opportunity to bring it up, which is Set 3,
Woohoo!
the Battle in Egypt arc. As you can see, these are the really cool sets that we've talked so much about on this series channel. I would really love to collect all of these really nice sets, but they're expensive. The reason I have both of these is that they actually came down to good prices. So I'm glad I got them. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for other sets. For some reason, this is the one that consistently goes on sale. But maybe I'll be able to get the first 2 and the 4th one in the fancy sets. What's that?
With JoJo, the most popular is season 2. But that's because that's the Stardust Crusaders arc. That's the one everybody loves. I have to see it because I've only seen season 1.
Right. What's the show I'm curious about, and I'm glad to finally have a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it looks fun. All right. I got something fun for us to look at. Now for something completely different. As I go from movies to video games. I've actually had a lot of video games from Black Friday and so on, but as I tackle these in alphabetical order, it's been a longer time period getting to them. So I finally jumped on the title Dreams, which is the from the people who created Little Big Planet. It's it has a couple of things that are kind of cool. It has a suite that if you work really hard at it, you can create your own video games. And even people who are not like programmers can create games in the system.
Nice.
But also the thing that really sells this for me, which I got this for like, I think $10 on sale, is that it gives you access to the creations of everybody. So you get to see lots of cool creations that people have made out in the world. And it's just kind of cool. I've been wanting to look through this just because it's just going to be fun. So Dreams, I will be installing it eventually. Don't know when, but I will be.
All right. So next up, more than anything else in this particular order, this is the one that friggin' baffles me. Baffles me. Because it's a Nozomi release that was in stock constantly since November. And I had 3 subsequent orders they could have appended this to. But they held it this whole time. But this is a show I've been wanting to see for a long time. And again, a Nose of Me release. And it's a 2-season series that I now have both parts of a show called Emma, a Victorian romance, which, as you can tell from the subtitle, is a romance set in Victorian times.
Ah, very cool.
And featuring someone named Emma. And I know relatively little about this, but I know that it is highly regarded. People tend to think well of this show. Again, it's been on my list for ages and ages, and it came down to, I think it was $12.50 per. It might have been less than that. And I was like, that is a good price for that show. I'm going for it. I didn't know I'd have to wait so long thereafter, but finally got it.
Yeah, I've had it for a while. I still need to see it.
Yeah.
I wish I'd gotten in on the limited releases. Those looked really good.
Yeah.
So another game that went on sale, and they had some pretty good Switch sales, which I was surprised. And I mean like main title Switch sales. I ended up getting this for $15. Yes, there's no DLC for it, but from what I've heard, the game is long enough. And that is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I have actually never played a Fire Emblem game, but I have played a lot of strategy games, and I've heard this is one of the kings of strategy.
It's popular.
So I'm looking forward to it. I really want to play it, along with a lot of other games. But who knows? Maybe I'll get in on this in the near future. Maybe not, but at least I have it to jump in on when I feel like going in on that stuff.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. Right? Is it 9:04?
It is 9:04.
My computer's off. How the heck did that happen? Huh. And then I just lost visual here. But you can still see me, right?
Yeah, I can see.
I just can't see you. I don't know what the heck happened there. Hopefully this holds up for the. What's that?
Let's keep moving then.
Yeah. So next up, this is the one that really had me worried. Worried. Like, they said it was in print they said it was in stock when I ordered it. And it went out of print thereafter. And I was deeply concerned that maybe they had not set a copy aside for me. They did. And I can breathe a sigh of relief. And that is the complete series collection, although it's only the first season. It's not the complete series. But it's this Blue Exorcist. Nice Aniplex release there. Which features 25 episodes of the first series plus the OVA. I don't know precisely where this ends in the story arc, but I know the second season is called the Kyoto arc, and that started not more than like 12 volumes into the manga. I don't even think it was that far in. So this is probably like the first 8 volumes of the manga, if that. So it's not the complete story, but I've never seen the show, but I've heard good things, and I did enjoy the manga, so I'm looking forward to it. And again, this is now out of print, so I'm glad I was able to jump on it when I did.
Let's see here. All right, my last one, I decided to shuffle a little bit. And because we're going to cover this movie.
Okay.
Movies galore, and that is Sleepaway Camp. Now, I have gotten a hold of the really nice set, even though Jake may not be able to see this. I know that he has seen this set because I've shown it off to him. This is like a nice It's the old school set. They have re-released it on Shout Factory, which is also, by the way, out of print. So the Blu-rays are out of print. I think you can get the first one. I think the first movie is still in print, but the sequels, second and third aren't. So you get the first 3 films in this. They had to withdraw this survival kit so that because of the Red Cross on the front, the Red Cross did not take kindly to this.
You think?
It's actually fairly rare getting it with the Red Cross on it. So on it, it opens up. You got the little thing here. You just finished Sleepaway Camp, didn't you?
Yep.
You get your little survival guide with a little diary for the first 3 films. And, of course, you've got Sleepaway Camp, Sleepaway Camp 2, and Sleepaway Camp 3. Now, some select sets actually also came with a Sleepaway Camp Part 4, which they partially filmed and couldn't finish. I do have Part 4, but that'll be a later pickup for another time. But I wanted to show this off to you all because it is a rare thing, and having the Red Cross makes it a little bit rarer. It ain't the Shout Factory Blu-rays, which might even be better if I could get all 3 of those, but still, I like having this. It's a really cool thing. I enjoy having it on my shelf.
Very cool.
You're last.
Okay, so my last one, and I hate to say it, I'm now seeing some buyer's remorse because it sounds like the set you have has stuff that I will never have unless I get that set. So, but regardless, this is cool, and I'm glad I have this, and if I do end up getting yours, I can either keep this or I can sell it and make a mint. And it's another Aniplex collection. And this is what's been tying me up the last few days when I've not been trying to watch streaming stuff or getting ready for movies galore. And that is another series that I have read the entirety of the manga at this point. A fun little show called Nisekoi, or False Love. And this is the original American Aniplex release, which is 4 Blu-rays that come in a slipcover with art cards, which you can kind of see there. I'm not going to fully pull it out. The person that shipped it to me, I complained a little bit about the look of it. They shipped the art cards separately they were like between. So they were not poofing out the boxes. And the boxes were kind of sucked in and it looked really bad. But I reinserted the art cards and now they look a lot better than they did when I got them. What's that?
You revived them.
Yes. So we have 4 sets. This is far and away the easiest one to get. And it features, well, we'll back up again. Raku Ichijo is that weird little dude with the dark hair that you see in that picture.
Yep.
He is the oldest son of a Japanese Yakuza clan that don't behave the way you would expect a Yakuza clan to act. And he meets this girl, Chitoge, who is the, unknown to him at the moment, the oldest daughter of a rival clan, who he has a meat-hate relationship where she jumps over a wall and knees him in the face and causes him to lose a locket that's very dear and precious to him. And so they automatically hate each other and then find out from their fathers that they have to date or the 2 clans might go to war. So that is the Chitoge. I'm drawing a blank on her name for whatever. Then you got his aim true love, Kirisaki Onodera, who he's known for years and she's known him, and unknown to each other, they both crush on each other. Then you got Seishiro Sugumi, who's probably my favorite character, an assassin by training, who's Chitoge's dear friend and bodyguard and the one keeping tabs on their relationship, and Mariko Tachibana, the weird, almost yandere daughter of the police chief who might make life hell because she is his fiance, unbeknown to him. The manga goes further, and apparently much of that is covered in season 2, which I did not realize there was a season 2, and the OVA are not collected in here, but your collection has all of it, so I may have to do that after all. But this still looks really cool, and I did finally get the first season watched. It does get to a decent point in the story to where if they never completed it, they could have done worse. But I understand season 2 probably finishes the story from the manga, so I'll have to see that eventually. But it's a fun show. I still think it's not worth Aniplex prices. Honestly, don't think Blue Exorcist is either, but having read both of them first helped me a lot with making that assessment.
Yeah. I still need
But and Nisekoi is a very fun read. It's 25 volumes of the manga. I think Blue Exorcist is up to 20. I have volume 34. 24. I have volume 24 from the. Actually, I got this in the mail the same day that I got the copy of the newest manga from the library. It was great. That was good timing. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I've got this week. So this one does have a crease in the box, which is unfortunate, but could be worse, you know.
Yeah, I look at it as it's a series I am ready to get in on.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't
Right.
yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean I won't. I do know that the other set does come with the OVA, which is nice.
Right. Right.
So, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share it out, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.